question is, ultimately, and this is coming from a human perspective, why do they care about us to begin with?
Oh, that's a good question. Why do you guys care? So this is my guardian angel. He says, I love you. Thank you. I know. But that's, okay. Oh, so he's saying, remember, our big part of our role is in guidance or in trying to guide us, and we certainly can ask them for guidance. And they represent a spiritual representation of kind of like what we are aspiring to in terms of because this is what they are right now. There's no judgment. It's all love. It's love that is that embodies protection's in there somehow. I'm not quite sure how that would relate to us, but I see protection. And so if we they represent where we are evolving to in our human existence. And then we become the example, like they're the example that we can aspire to. They help us become that example. Our best selves are when we are then being the example and taking care of someone else. So it's kind of like starts up, well, and they're saying, of course, there are ascended masters who have had physical bodies, who have had the earth plane experience, remembering that our angels, apparently these angels have not, and that they also can give us guidance in terms of the encouragement, like you as a hermit, as a human, can do this. You can do this because here's this ascended master who's done it, and here's this one who's done it, and here's this one who's done it. What does that have? And so they're kind of like offering that example as a very present example from a spiritual perspective. Does that make sense? The image they show me is here's your angel, here are you, here are other ascended masters. It's all kind of like working to the same end to help the human person in their physical body attain some of these higher
to rise to their aspiration,
right.
Or whatever. Okay.
And the love part just kind of like comes with the package, you might say, comes with your guardian angel. That because they are love, if that makes sense. So it isn't a question of do they love us.
Right. That is what it is.
It is what it is. Right.
Literally.
And can, like all the way through, it doesn't waver.
And this is from a physical experience, but from our experience, an angel could get bored pretty easy.
Right.
Yeah, especially if we don't engage with them.
Right.
Is that possible?
Absolutely. In fact, that was when I first became aware of my guardian angel. He's got a big smile like I was an adult, so I was not raised with the concept of. I'm sure I had heard of guardian angels and so on, but it was not part of my life, you might say, until I was an adult. And actually, someone else was giving me a reading, and they described my guardian angel, whom I had actually seen because I could see things I just didn't know. There's my guardian angel, and when I first saw him and realized he was my guardian angel through the help of this person who was reading for me, I saw him standing in the corner, literally looking bored and twiddling his thumbs because I had not, really focused on him previously. And then he stands up like, "Hi,
all right, we can do something now."
Right, exactly. So yes, they can, and they want to be, they don't like to be bored. They want to be included. They want to be asked to help, so that they can more readily.
So they could set, if we're not directly connected or not asking specifically, they could maybe set up circumstances or events kind of to get our attention maybe, but otherwise they're kind of waiting for us in some ways. Is that true?
That does quite appear to be true. They're most happy when when we are working with them, I get it. When we're working with them toward a particular end, there,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, he says, you all understand that it's like working teamwork here,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to ego driven. I'm going to get this done.
Right.
So they're most happy when we have connected with them and we're working toward the common goal for our highest and greatest good. I don't know that I feel like we went and just missed the question. What was the question?
Oh gosh, I lost the question too.
Okay,
Believe
well,
it or not.
we can, we'll just trust that
Oh,
there's.
do they get bored? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Not yeah. No, that was
yes,
it. I
they
think you did.
definitely can board.
Yeah. Sorry.
And they're saying, so what they're bringing up is like, and how much time? So my guardian angel's there, and when I say what they are bringing up, he does have other angels with him behind him. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
So he's indicating, and they're nodding in agreement that think of how much time we spend watching TV. Think of how
No
much
kidding.
time we spend on our
Not doing much
electronics,
anything, right?
not doing much of anything. The
Right.
watching TV part can open us up to things that they're over there going, stop, don't
Right.
do that, but we don't. So that isn't the same as being bored, but they're not able to
Mm-hmm.
intervene because our focus is straight on the movie or the TV show or whatever.
Right.
Or on our argument with somebody. That's interesting.
Gotcha. So our guardian angel, my understanding is that we have somewhat of a team, and the guardian angel is part of that team. Is there any one set of advice or guidance trump somebody else's? For instance, if you're working with an ascended master, whoever that might be, Buddha or Jesus or somebody, and then your guardian angel wants to say something, do they have to? I mean, is it just based on where you're? Are you following my question? So it is your guardian angel independent of somebody else that you might be working with?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially if you're talking about an ascended master who has a different vibration, it shows up differently, different kind of class. There's no hierarchy in classes. Right. It's just like, here's this group, and it's like there's subgroups.
Gotcha.
But angels are, so they're also considerate apparently. So if you're talking to an ascended master, your guardian angel is likely
in on it,
listening.
Yeah.
It just depends on the individual situation. Some people can include, like bring the whole group together in the discussion, but more likely they're not going to interrupt if you're talking to an ascended master. But they will observe so that they're up to speed on what's going on, and then they can help promote that as well. It does not appear, I'm wondering, what if the ascended master says one thing and the guardian angel goes, no, they do. And it appears that really doesn't happen. Okay. If you're, the more likely no is the individual person and their ego. It's either a misinterpretation or their ego gets in the way and says, I don't want to do that. But then both the ascended master and your guardian angel are going, oh, well,
right. Try again next time.
Yeah, do better next time.
Gotcha. Is there something that we can do that would allow us to work more directly with our guardian angel? I think they said being open.
Right.
Is it necessary to have a practice, or is it literally just seeking that?
Well, it's certainly seeking that, and the more we seek it, the more it becomes a practice. So both things are really kind of involved. And the issue being that if we can first make that connection, often people will make that connection under very stressful circumstances, like help me kind of thing. They may not even be reaching out for their guardian angel at that time, but they might. And that's fine. But if the desire, the best connection is just like a friendship where you keep in touch. You find out what's your guardian angel doing. You can be curious about what's going on there. It's just like building a friendship.
And anybody has the ability to do that, though.
Anyone has the ability.
You might. I mean, it depends on what your specific orientation, I guess I would call that. For instance, you see maybe some people feel them, some people. Is that
Right,
fair to
but
say?
they're also saying that it's easier than building a friendship on the earthplane because you two already go together. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's just like easy to feel comfortable and
Neat.
and
Accepted
connected
and
to,
connected.
to your guardian angel. And then what did you just say? Oh, how do you know that it's your
Yeah.
guardian angel? How do you know? Very often, not always, it is you'll get this warm love feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they're saying some people just know that their guardian angel is with them, and the way they're sending that to me is it's not even a high exciting. It's just like a solid knowing at a high vibration. I don't know how to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a knowing. You just know that they're
Right.
there.
There's a feel good piece to that probably.
Yes. Yeah.
The high vibration, I think, is probably the feel good that I'm talking about.
Of course, I see. Right. I see things, and they're showing me that they're colors in the energy. I mean, it is a very high vibrational thing, but it doesn't get us so excited or whatever that we just know that we're connected, and that it's a special connection. So what else? Sometimes we hear them, or some people will hear them. Some people will different ways of perceiving when their guardian angel is there. There is not only one way to do it, and the ultimate way you know what works for you is the ultimate feeling you get. You feel it's beautiful, but it doesn't even have to feel wow. You just feel solid. You feel protected. You feel connected. You just there's a focus going on here. That's a very good feeling, and that's ultimately however you've been receiving the connection, whether it's knowing, seeing, hearing, that feeling will accompany that. So that you know that that's your guardian angel. Yep. Some people talk. Oh, that's the hearing. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've asked a lot of specific questions, and I think it would be wise to ask if there's anything specifically that they'd like to share with us directly without us asking our questions, but if there's anything that is of importance that we haven't asked.
So the image is, Robert is my guardian angel. If he's turning to her, anything else you want to do? Love the question. And is kind of complimenting you on, you've asked some, really important questions. There's gratitude toward that. The overriding, they are grateful that you've asked the questions you have. I'm also getting a wink. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, the overriding thing is the encouragement to build that connection during good times and bad. When you're going to sleep at night, especially if it's been a rough day and you need to get your mind chatter turned off, look for your guardian angel. Ask, how's it going with you? What are you doing today or tonight or whatever? What are you going to do while I'm sleeping? Something like that.
Yeah.
And just start to build that. That can also help. You can ask them for help to fall asleep. Okay, that's good. So the image there is you can ask for help to fall asleep. You're imagining your guardian angel, however it works for you, sensing, feeling, seeing. And if you can hold that, so what's happening? Are you helping? How does this work? So you have that open curiosity. It looks like they can help you fall right to sleep. Particularly for those whose minds can hold that focus a little while. And many of us, our minds just go around and around and around.
Right.
But it's a really good practice to help bring your mind back
to your
guardian angel.
Okay.
So they just love the connection. They're very grateful for being there for you.
Very terrific. All right. Well, that was very helpful, and I think it's a great great conclusion to our conversation.
I think so too. Thank you.
You betcha. Thank you, Robert.